Hi, welcome to In the Studio with Kate. It's week 5 of my second year. This past week, I've managed to do lots of different things, which is kind of normal for me, but let's see, where do I want to start? I have all these little sketchbooks, I have tons of them. They all have something different in them. And so I was thinking the other day, I need to start, maybe on any given day saying, oh, I'm going to work in this particular book or this particular book. On this little book, I start doing little houses in. Some of them were houses I found on the internet. Some of them is local. So I did this one, which actually is an old schoolhouse just down the road. Didn't turn out like I would have actually liked, but I'll probably do it again. So more opportunities to get it the way I want to get it. This little sketchbook I started doing the pomegranates and stuff in them, the fruit I've been doing. And so I did another set of the pomegranates. This time I did them in watercolor. That was very fun, a lot of fun. I really liked doing that. A lot of layering, a lot of wet and wet, and it was kind of fun to see what the colors would do. So those two are little ones. I also have another little one, which I have set out, but I haven't done anything with yet. But I started doing stuff about birds in it. So, I've got the bird wing. Some of you may have seen these before. Bird wing, and then I got a couple other birds. Some in pencil, some in pen, some, oh yeah, and then there was this one which was in pen, another one in pen, and then this one, once I put the color on it, I didn't like the way it turned out, but as my friend told me, the beak turned out nice, so that's cool, because that bird's really white. I don't know why I made it gray, but so there's those little books. And then I kind of have finished this book, but I discovered there's some empty space places, so why can't I fill it up? So I had this page that I took notes from Andrea Joseph's class at SketchCon, and there was this space right here. So I just put little squares in, and then I do my food one morning when I was at a cafe. So that's kind of fun. I still have a few extra white spaces in there that I'm probably going to fill in with something. And then this was an experiment of trying to do a thumbnail of a design following Anne Laurie's video on YouTube. I'm sure I'm pronouncing her name wrong, but so first I did it in pencil, and then I tried doing it in ink and adding watercolor, and I call it epic failure, but I got a long ways to go before I learn how to do this. So lots of practice in hand. So there's my pencil one. There's my watercolor one. I mean, you still get what it is, but the colors weren't coming out the way I did, and then I put ink on top, and then the ink bled, so lots of experimentation with that. I did on Black Friday. Not Black Friday. I did not go out on Black Friday. A couple days later, I went out, though, and got the last 20 canvases for my 100 canvas project that I am going to start pretty soon. And so now I've got a closet full of canvas. I'm going to start doing something with it. There's one other sketchbook thing, yeah. And that was, I think I showed this probably in its beginning stages, but then I started adding color to some of the little squares, and I really discovered that I liked, I don't know, oh well, that's focusing, like having these little squares and putting little vignettes in them. It's kind of fun. But I draw the square before I actually do the piece. And this little piece with the little red truck was from a Christmas movie on TV, and I fell in love with that truck. And so I tried drawing it from the picture. So I had taken a picture right on the screen. And so since then I found they repeated the movie. And so I took a bunch more pictures. So I'm going to really try to draw that truck because it's pretty, that's just pretty simple what it really looks like. And then some collage stuff I've been doing. This one was of course the phone goes off right when you're on the recording. Sorry about that. As I look at this, it was just kind of playing with paint one day. And then I put this image of trees on, then I started writing about the trees. And as I look at it, I thought, wow, did I do my stamping crooked, but that's okay. It's just kind of, there's just paint and an image that I really liked. And then I wrote, oh wait, I used some, you probably cannot see that because it's so small, but I took things from a dictionary and it used the word growth and used the word nurture because that's how I feel about trees. And then I just kind of wrote some other things about it. And then this last piece is nowhere being finished. I'm doing this process through an old sketchbook school course called polishing that, you know, I never did everything on it. And something came up on my YouTube feed, which led me to go back and look at it. And I go, oh, this is just the kind of stuff I do. This paint and collage and words. But the process is a little bit different than what I would normally go. But it's with Juliana Coles, and she does some amazing work. So this is kind of like the first layer, maybe the second layer. Because I start out with a drawing and added the drawing, then added journaling, then added paint, then added collage, then added more stuff. And I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more added to this when it's done. But this is kind of the first stage. I'll show you guys. In my journaling on this page, kinds of words that I came up with were, I had stamped them on here, but I've already they've gone over them with paint. It was all about listening, which is why I put the shell on the side of her ear, is that sometimes I don't listen when I should. And sometimes it's to myself. But that sketch I had just done on sketching paper. And I did a couple more, which I think are hidden up here. Okay. Everything starts falling down when you start looking for something. My little mannequin model decided she needed to be part of the act. So it's just to show you what else I've been doing. So I did that sketch. Then I did this one. But I thought she was kind of too big to use journaling this way. So I didn't use her. And then I tried doing this one where her hair is kind of wacky with lots of movement. It's kind of a fun picture, but not exactly what I intended it to be. In other words, I think for this way of journaling, if I want to do some more of it, I need to do my sketches on smaller paper, I'm guessing. Then I started doing some gesture drawing by using a program out there, and I can't remember what the program is right now, but they'll show you models, and you can have clothed models or unclothed models. And so they're pretty wonky. I guess it's called line-action.com. I've got that written up there. I don't know if that's right. But see, there's one of them. This was laying down. She kind of has a weird looking body. But this one I thought, even though in its wonkiness, I thought it turned out cute. It really reminded me of those King Tut women. I don't know if you remember seeing those statues. They were standing like that, and they had this beautiful clothing on. Gold. Everything was gold. But that kind of thing spoke to me. After I drew her, I thought, that she reminds me of that. I drew a few others there in the other room. I realized I'm not going to grab them. But that's kind of, it's It's been sketching, it's been painting, it's been drawing. Oh, the other thing I did is I finished my portraits. I've been I showed them online, but I'm trying to think about where I put them. Here they are. These were self-portrait portraying the shadow and the light. I really like the way the black one came out because I think it sort of looks like me. The white one, or the lighter one, I really struggled a lot with. And I don't think, even if I do that movement, think it looks just like me, a lot like me. I just kind of got frustrated with it after a while. I said, I've worked on this enough. I'm not going to do any more. One thing I did learn, it's had a lot of collage under here. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. See where the collage paper ends? It ends right on this nose. So and it goes right down here. It's textured wallpaper, which is really cool, but it's hard to do a face over it. But happy that those are finally finished. So ready to move on to some other things, which is kind of how this week was for me, you know. Dabble a little here, dabble a little there, and have fun doing it all. So it was a very creative week. I'd like to hear about what you've been doing in your studios this week. You know, have you been drawing, sketching, painting, sculpting, making cards, whatever? If you're doing something fun or even not so fun, leave me a comment and I'll come check out your site and see what you've been doing as well. So until next week, I hope we all get out there and just make some art. Have fun. Talk to you then. Bye.